Thanks, John. Well, hey, you want to save some money while growing your own garden? Why not give container gardening a try? Crayola Funch is here to demonstrate how to make and maintain a container garden. Well, first of all, exactly what is a container garden and what are some of the ingredients it takes to put one together?
A container garden is any garden or plant material that is in a smaller contained garden. So you're able to control the environment, you're able to control the soil that's put in there as well as the moisture.
And some of the ingredients that you have are, of course, the soil and the plant food.
Yeah, ingredients can vary. It just depends upon your space. I love to mix plants with flowers as well as vegetables as well as the herbs together in one container. I think that gives it a really great look as opposed to strictly a flower container.
Why might someone consider a container gardening over just, a big garden out back?
That's a good question. Here in Florida, the soil is really not as rich for growing, especially vegetables. So people find that the vegetables such as tomatoes or peppers do better in a soil that is controlled. You're able to control the moisture. Also portability. If you wanted to be able to move it around, the sun changes here throughout the season, you can be able to move it around. Seasonally, you can change those in and out, so that's great. You can, if something didn't work in the garden, you can change it out for a new plant.
And to show us a little bit about what some of these are that you brought. I see these are tomatoes and peppers. Yeah. Those look like nice peppers.
Yeah, these are some of the banana peppers, so they'll grow pretty long, about 4 or 5 inches long. And then over here I have the tomatoes. You want to, when you're picking vegetables to put in a container, try to select the plants that aren't going to get quite as large. Because some of the tomato plants you'll see really will take over your whole garden, take over your whole patio. So same thing, but you can always trim things back. You can always trim the flowers back. So I'm going to just start while we're
sure, yeah, go ahead. We got about a minute left. Now, you could probably actually save some money, I imagine, grocery shopping, right? Because, I mean, hey, you could use those peppers for cooking or these tomatoes, right?
You can, absolutely. And it's a great way to be ready for entertaining at any times. Say you want to try a new recipe and you don't have time to run out to the grocery store. You can go ahead and just clip off maybe the rosemary that's in your container. Go ahead and just pick a pepper and you're ready to go.
Okay, let me see what you're going to do now. This is somewhat a plant that you might buy at Home Depot or
I just want to show how easy it is for people to understand that container gardening doesn't take a lot of time. This I'm just selecting a geranium with the pepper, and then you can pick any plant that you like. This is a little sage, but we also have rosemary or the chives, and most of these plants are really available at all your local nurseries and or sort of chain stores.
And they do well together. You could just put them all in there together. And
you want to make sure that's a big thing. You want to make sure that you select plants that work well together. If it needs sun, make sure all of the plants within your container need sun. And also make sure that you fertilize with a natural fertilizer. If you're going to be eating them, you want to make sure that you're not putting any chemicals into the soil. This is a great local company out of St. Pete, actually.
Great.
Yeah.
What about maintenance for, busy working mom like me? I just have to water it a couple of times, or what kind of maintenance is involved?
It depends on exactly where you put it and the size of your container. You do need to make sure that it stays sort of moist. Here it is going to get a little bit warm and dry out, but we do have irrigation drip systems that you can put in, or just watering it every day is also a great tool.
Crayola, thank you for joining us. And you can find more information on container gardening at anappealingplan.com. And of course, as always, we've posted all of our information on abcactionnews.com. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And when we come back to ABC Action News, details on today's Race Beach Watch Party and the huge motorcycle motorcade that's going to make its way through St. Pete.